Very shocking news. Loudly crying face. The painful secret of BTS. J-Hope loudly crying face. The heartbreaking truth behind his smile. To the world, he is the sun. He is J-Hope, the embodiment of brightness, energy, and an unshakable smile that seems to promise that everything will be all right. When he steps onto the stage, the atmosphere shifts, heavy air turns light, and sadness seems to evaporate. But there is a profound and often overlooked truth about the brightest lights. They cast the deepest shadows. Behind the cheerful mask of J-Hope lies the complex, human story of Jung Hoseok, a man who had to burn parts of himself to become the warmth that the world so desperately needed. The story does not begin with applause, but with the rhythmic thud of feet hitting the floor in Gwangju. Long before the stadiums, Jung Hoseok was just a boy possessed by the need to move. According to various media sources and his own recollections, his passion for dance was not merely a hobby. It was an obsession that came with a heavy price. While his peers focused on conventional studies, he spent his hours in dance studios, sweating until his body ached. But passion does not pay the bills. The financial burden of supporting an artistic dream in a working-class family was immense. In his solo track Mama, J-Hope reveals a heartbreaking reality. His mother had to work far away, sacrificing her own comfort and stability to float his dreams. He carried the guilt of her sacrifice like a stone in his chest, terrified that he might fail and render her struggle meaningless. When he finally moved to Seoul to join Big Hit Entertainment, the transition was brutal. He was a celebrated street dancer in his hometown, but in the cutthroat world of idol trainees, he was just another face fighting for a spot. The physical demands were grueling, but the psychological pressure was worse. He was entering a world he did not fully understand. Unlike the other members who had backgrounds in rapping or singing, J-Hope was strictly a dancer. He had to learn how to rap from scratch, a process filled with humiliation and self-doubt. Verified stories from the members reveal that he would stay up late into the night, learning rhythms and flows from RM and Suga, terrified that he was dragging the team down. He was trying to fit into a mold that wasn't built for him, constantly questioning if he belonged. Then came the moment that nearly ended everything. It is a story that still haunts the fanbase and the members alike. Before BTS debuted, the pressure became too much. Jung Hoseok decided to quit. He packed his bags and left the dorm, fully intending to return to Gwangju and give up on the dream. The image described in the documentary Burn the Stage is shattering. The youngest member, Jung Hoseok, crying and begging him not to go. But Hoseok had made up his mind. It was RM, the leader, who went to the chaotic management and pleaded, saying, "We cannot make it without Jung Hoseok." Hoseok eventually returned, not because he was sure of his success, but because he trusted his members. He came back for them, sacrificing his desire to escape for the sake of the brotherhood. It was the first of many times he would put others before himself. Upon debut, the criticism was immediate and sharp. In the early years, while fans debated biases, Jung Hoseok often found himself the target of cruel comments regarding his appearance. Anti-fans and harsh critics labeled him the ugly member, words that pierced the armor of even the most confident person. For a young man in his early 20s, reading comments that invalidated his presence based on his looks was a silent trauma. He smiled for the cameras, introducing himself as, "I'm your hope," while internally, he had to battle the voice telling him he wasn't enough. He had to construct the persona of J-Hope, a character who is always happy, always energetic, and always positive. This persona became his armor, but also his cage. The pressure to be the mood maker meant that Jung Hoseok, the human, was often not allowed to be sad. In various interviews and verified clips, members have hinted that J-Hope is the one who hides his pain the most. When the cameras are rolling, he laughs louder than anyone to fill the silence. But when the lights go out, the silence returns. In his solo album Jack in the Box, he finally tore open this bright packaging to reveal the raw, gritty, and darker emotions inside. He confessed to feeling ambitious, greedy, and burnt out. He wanted the world to know that the sun can also scorch, and that constant positivity is a heavy burden to carry. The physical toll of his role as the frantic dance leader is also often underestimated. For over a decade, he has been the disciplinarian, the one who cleans up the choreography, ensuring every angle is perfect. While others rested, J-Hope was often the one monitoring the videos, pointing out mistakes, carrying the responsibility of the group's performance quality on his shoulders. This perfectionism is exhausting. It requires a level of mental alertness that leaves no room for error. He pushed his body to the limit, often collapsing after performances, gasping for air, only to stand up and smile as soon as he saw a fan. During the hiatus of group activities, J-Hope faced a new mountain, standing alone. He was the first member to release a solo album and headline a major US festival, Lollapalooza. The documentary J-Hope in the Box captures the sheer terror he felt. He was alone in a studio, without the 6 brothers who had been his safety net for 10 years. He lost weight. He couldn't sleep. He was plagued by the fear that without the name BTS behind him, he might not be accepted. The fear of failure was visceral. He wasn't just performing for himself. He was setting the standard for the rest of the members' solo careers. The weight of that responsibility was crushing. Yet, despite the anxiety, the guilt, and the exhaustion, he stepped onto that stage and commanded it. This is why people love him. Not just because he is a talented dancer, but because of his immense heart. He is known as the mother of the group, the one who ensures everyone has eaten, the one who mediates arguments, the one who cleans up the mess. Verified accounts from staff and members consistently describe him as the most polite and considerate person in the room. He notices when someone is quiet. He notices when someone is hurting. He gives away his center spot in photos and interviews so others can shine. His kindness is not a strategy. It is his nature. Financially, he has reached the pinnacle of success. According to various media reports and real estate news, he owns luxury apartments and has a net worth in the multi-millions. He has donated substantial amounts to child welfare and education charities, often quietly. But money cannot buy the kind of resilience he has shown. It cannot buy the ability to smile when you want to cry. As he fulfills his military service, a new layer of respect has formed around him. He entered the camp quietly, serving as an assistant drill instructor, earning verified recognition for his excellence. He did not ask for special treatment. He simply worked hard, just as he did in the dance studios of Gwangju. He has shown that his discipline is not just for the stage, but for life. J-Hope's future goal, as he has stated, is to become a more mature artist and a person who can give genuine comfort. He wants to bridge the gap between J-Hope and Jung Hoseok, to live authentically without the fear of judgment. When you look at him now, do not just see the smile. See the discipline that forged it. See the boy who almost quit but came back to carry his brothers. See the son who worked to repay his mother's sacrifice. See the man who swallows his own shadows so that he can shine light on others. Jung Hoseok is not just the sunshine of BTS. He is the steel spine that holds it together. His hope is not a naive wish. It is a hard-won battle cry. And for that, for the tears he hid and the strength he shared, he commands a silence that is heavy with awe and a respect that will outlast the music.